Hi, I'm Bill Oakes with Blue Coat Solution Marketing, and over the next 5 minutes, I'm going to walk you through accelerating SAP. You're likely running SAP at your business, and by listening to this session, you've obviously got some woes, and you're probably blaming your IT team. But IT did do their job. They brought in SAP for testing, and almost assuredly did a full evaluation on the network, making sure that the software resolved real business issues and provided a definite value to the company. But you don't care about any of that. You care about the fact that, at least as far as SAP is concerned, when you're out on the wide area network, it's just slow. So let's take a look at where the problem with your implementation of SAP is. This slide shows a typical and very real SAP enterprise deployment with users dispersed throughout the world, connected through a LAN at headquarters and via a WAN infrastructure with various WAN conditions. While it isn't your network, it does have a lot of similarities. At headquarters, everybody's on a 1 gigabit local area network, and SAP response time is excellent. Now, regional branch offices are connected through a North American DSL link, and depending on the distance from their headquarters, have either a 100 or a 60 millisecond round-trip latency. On the right, the large overseas branch office is connected via a T3 link and has 300 milliseconds of round-trip latency. So to clarify, latency is the amount of time that elapses between the time you send a request and you get a response. As can be expected, latency increases as the branch office moves away from headquarters, and latency is the issue that you're facing with your SAP implementation. Now here's some examples of the cost of that latency. On the left side, you can see the locations we just talked about, and the columns are typical activities you might actually do in those offices. Now at headquarters, logging into SAP is 4.3 seconds. In my small regional branch office, it can take 45 seconds. A West Coast branch office, just under a minute. And it gets worse. Imagine pulling down a 5 megabyte PowerPoint. Under a second locally, close to 2 minutes in my branch office. Or creating a sales order. About 14 seconds locally, up to almost 39 seconds in my branch office. And even a simple query for supplier parts, just under 4 seconds locally, up to almost 30 seconds in my branch offices. Now imagine how much wasted time that is, how much wasted productivity. Luckily, there is a solution. Blue Coat has been working closely with SAP on these issues for the last few years to help SAP customers resolve these issues. By putting a Proxy SG appliance at the corporate office and each branch office, Proxy SG easily resolves the latency issue of SAP's ERP on the WAN. SAP offers a certification program based on how third-party vendors demonstrate improvement in the SAP environment. These include performance, security, and reliability and availability. Proxy SG has actually been certified in all 3 categories. Additionally, as a member of the SAP Co-Innovation Lab, as well as the SAP Enterprise Services community, Blue Coat works side by side with SAP to ensure that Proxy SG provides performance in a secure environment while maximizing reliability. So you're probably asking yourself, what does that really do for me? Well, simple. Proxy SG gives you LAN speeds on your wide area network. So the proof is in the pudding. Let's define a few things first. Without Proxy SG, kind of goes without saying. Cold, the first time you try to do something. Warm, not the first time. In other words, it could be you or somebody else pulling that same information from cache, improving performance and reducing bandwidth consumption. So log in, 45 seconds on the WAN, 13 seconds cold, just under 4 seconds warm. That's a 12 times improvement. Remember that PowerPoint file? 90 seconds without Proxy SG, under 3 seconds with. That's almost 60 times faster. How about that sales query? 13 seconds without, just over 5 seconds with. 2.5 times faster. That's a lot of recovered productivity for those branch offices. And just as important, that's far better utilization of your existing bandwidth. So many of you are saying, that's great. But a few of you were going, well, that's great for those guys, but I'm running business objects. Where's my solution? So Blue Coat has been working with SAP, as I previously stated. And what we've seen is, not only does Proxy SG consistently provide bandwidth reduction of up to 95%, but as you can see from this graph, the response time is almost 41 times faster. So just like SAP's ERP customers, if you're running business objects, Proxy SG is your solution. In summary, Both SAP's ERP and Business Objects are an incredible business tool for your business. They increase efficiency, serve up core business operations, and integrate business processes across diverse environments. That said, in a WAN environment, there's no question that SAP causes serious pain for those remote users. And there's no question that ProxySG eases that pain, bringing performance orders of magnitude better than what you can achieve on the WAN. As a key SAP partner, ProxySG is the only wide area networking vendor that has a product, ProxySG, certified in performance, security, and reliability/availability. So for more information on ProxySG integration with SAP, visit bluecoat.com. So we've taken a look at SAP on the WAN, how latency is the issue, and how Bluecoat has worked with SAP to address that issue. We've also taken a look at some real performance numbers for both SAP's ERP and Business Objects. So thanks for taking 5 minutes from your schedule to listen to this presentation.